One of my first memories is so faint, it's almost an intuition. I was pressing my forehead up against the cold glass of our lounge window, watching a lady in a long white gown on the veranda of the house opposite. She was dancing back and forth, her white dress fluttering like the wings of a moth. The memory is dreamlike, soundless, just the moth lady fluttering back and forth in my mind. I'm just trying to explore in words the same sort of areas I have explored in movement. I suppose I'm doing, I don't know what you'd call it, autobiographical fiction, maybe. From the earliest time I can remember, I was always dancing. I still don't know what possessed me. Perhaps the fluttering white moth laid its eggs in me, and my dancing was a kind of hatching. In Tuakau, South Auckland in the early 1960s, a dancing boy was frowned on with a frown handed down for generations. It was a typical New Zealand family of the time. The roles were quite rigidly separated. My father was not there a lot. And it was just a disappointment because he wanted me to play footy, which I loathe and despise to this very day.
His father didn't like him dancing around outside. He didn't sort of realise what, you know what I mean? He didn't have the instincts of what Douglas was and what he was trying to do, but you can't stop those sort of things.
When I was a child and I danced, his disapproval forced me into a kind of parallel world. The wounds that he inflicted on me were probably the best things that ever happened to me. In fact, you'd probably find that most gay people have that experience where at a certain point you split in half and realise that you have to pretend that you're something that you're not. So it's a gift in a way to do that.
Douglas, both as a person and as an artist, represents a kind of paradox of intensities, from this respect and faith in the natural world in a loving sense, as opposed to this rage and anger about the way that human beings treat each other. I see him as a kind of dark angel that can open portals to our enjoyment and our perception of what life is, but he's got this terrible anger and fury that seeps out of his work.